The fifth race is the next race that we're going to be discussing, Graham and I. A maiden plate, 1,400 metres at the Hollywood Bets Scottsville circuit. 5-3 is the race time, 14:55. At this point in time, all 13 runners are going to run, but as you know, we record the show on Friday, so make sure you check your scratchings, changes, betting moves, etc. before striking your bets. In the fifth race, there's a rerun of number 1, Ideal Act, an interview with Nicolette Roscoe, who is the assistant trainer to Dean Kannemeyer with regards to Ideal Act, and of course we also spoke to the Bang & Form apprentice, Rachel Venica.
Get the best out of him. Get Carter's on the outside, Barrington the inside. Get Carter, Hastamanyana past the 200. French Masterpiece tries to close in, but now Hastamanyana's looking to put it together. French Masterpiece the inside. Hard work, but Hastamanyana's going to fend them off. Hastamanyana, French Masterpiece, then came Ideal Act, National Unity and Barrington.
Yeah, no, he had a nice run last time, probably about 10 days ago. He was still very green. He's still an immature horse. He's only starting to learn what's going on. He ran third, running around a hell of a lot down the straight, but he was running on. He's come on from that run. He's got a nice draw on Sunday over the 1,400. So I'm expecting a nice run from him.
Yes, Tracker Jacker, his last start was over the mile. They've brought him back in trip. We reckon it was just a bit far for him last time. His work this morning was very good, so hopefully he'll be feeling a bit better over the shorter trip.
Graham, listening to the interviews there, particularly with number 1, Ideal Act, Nicolette was quite upbeat, expecting a big run, and why not? Just worries me, having spoken to so many of racing people, African horse sickness time, injections, inoculations, and of course the trainers back off a little, so it's hard to say. Certain stables are quiet or out of form. They're not out of form. Just at this time of the year, everyone goes to a bit of a quiet patch because of the vaccinations. And it's hard to know at what level these horses are, because I make Ideal Act quite tough to beat. But Dean's horses and a lot of the other stables' horses have maybe just taken a run or two to come back from those virus inoculations.
Yeah, Dean has been a bit quiet recently, but I think Ideal Act will benefit from the fact that it had a recent run on the 5th of September, as we heard from Nicolette Roscoe there, and Nicolette Roscoe. Third to Hastamanyana, was making steady headway in the closing stages. I think from the one gate, I make him very much the horse to beat. So Ideal Act is very firmly my first choice in the race. I made him a place accumulator banker because I'm confident he'll run into the first 3. Whether he's a jackpot and pick 6 banker, that's open to question, because there are a few others that do have some form. For me, the interesting runner in the race and is number 5, All Around the World, out of that good mare, Same Jurisdiction. You'll remember Same Jurisdiction, trained by Duncan Howells. She was exported. She was bred here to Oasis Dream Southern Hemisphere time, and All Around the World has come to South Africa. His first 3 runs have been arguably disappointing, but he should still have scope for improvement. Whispers of War has got to be better than his last run. National Unity wasn't too far behind Ideal Act last time, but Ideal Act is the better draw. Double Edge comes into the race with some form. And yes, listening to Rachel Venica, we must completely ignore Tracker Jacker's last run. It was over 2,400 metres. He was not persevered with, was tailed off, but on some of his earlier form to Parallax and Victory Twist, he could have a say in the outcome here. But I'm firmly in the camp of number 1, Ideal Act, to turn the fortunes of the Dean Kannemeyer stable around and to get them up and running as we head into spring.
No arguments from me. Race 5, beautifully assessed by Graham. Those are the runners. You heard from Graham and I, we quite like Ideal Act. He looks progressive. He's a lovely son of Ideal World out of a JPEG mare. Gate 1, lots going for him, and he could be the one that will have to be interesting. Yeah, All Around the World. Let's see how he performs, because that pedigree is to die for.